When you think of homesteading, you probably aren't thinking about artificial intelligence. But I am a busy mom of 4, homeschooling. We've got a garden and chickens and multiple YouTube channels, church, all these things to juggle. I'm a complete newbie for a lot of things. And so experimentally, I started trying Chat GPT. And let me tell you, it has been a game changer. And in this video, I want to show you what I've done, how it's done, give you lots of tips and tricks to make your homesteading adventures better with AI. So here's the deal. I'm a busy person. We have 5 acres. We have a homestead and chickens, actually multiple rounds of chicks and chickens and hatching, and a garden and all the fruit trees. It's wonderful, but a lot of times I wonder in my head about different things. I'm a big idea person, and then I wonder and I Google things, I Pinterest look, all the things people do to try to think of ideas and figure out the best way to handle certain situations. When I first started using Chat GPT, I used it actually more when I was a teacher. I was using it to help me create lessons and to come up with ideas for things. But then on the homestead, it was like, well, maybe I should ask Chat GPT. Let's see what it says. A lot of people, especially those of us who are rooted in traditional hands-on living, are skeptical about using artificial intelligence. And for good reason. It can feel cold, impersonal, or like we're even trying to replace our own thinking or our own biblical discernment. Some worry that it's a crutch or that it pulls away from the values of simplicity, hard work, and listening to God's wisdom. I get it. I had the same reservation. But one day I thought, hey, what if ChatGPT could help me plan my garden layout? That one question opened a door to a tool. ChatGPT isn't replacing my values or my own thinking. It's helping me live more efficiently under God's design. It doesn't do the work for me, but it makes me more focused, productive, and sometimes just a whole lot easier. So without further ado, the first area that I have used ChatGPT to help my homestead is gardening. Now, if you've been on this channel, you know that I am struggling in the garden. I hate weeds, I hate heat. I'm trying to learn basically from scratch everything. So here's some of the ways that I have enhanced my gardening knowledge and skills with ChatGPT. I've learned more about companion planting, natural pest control ideas. Here's something I've done. Took a picture of what at the time I didn't know were Japanese beetles and said, hey, what is this and what do I do about it? And instead of me spending an hour scrolling Pinterest, asking Google and watching YouTube videos, no offense to YouTube videos, ChatGPT spit it out. There's no ads, there's no fluff, especially if you tell it not to give you any fluff. And it just said, oh, that looks like a Japanese beetle, blah, 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 blah. This is step ABC, what you can do this way, that way, natural ways, chemical ways, all these things that just spat out in seconds. Here's a gardening pro tip. You can upload actual photos to ChatGPT of your space. Now you can use a picture of your backyard. You can use like Google imagery photos. Go to Google Photos, download, screenshot your house and upload it and say, hey, this is my space, yada, yada, yada. This is how much space I have. This is what I want to do. And here's a double pro tip. You can ask ChatGPT to create a customized garden plan for you, a rotating schedule. You can tell it your location, your zone, your preferred crops. Ask it for a planting schedule. You can ask it for a printable seed starting calendar. All these things that we spend hours planning and thinking and trying to figure out. Ask it who has the best carrot seeds. You can ask it anything. So there are some ideas for the garden. The next section that has been a huge game changer for me is actual infrastructure ideas. When you're looking at 5 acres of open land, it's exciting, but it's overwhelming. Where do I put a fence? How do I section off space for animals without cutting off the garden or a future barn or the kids area? That's where I started experimenting with uploading of the images. I would put up pictures of my backyard, pictures of our hideaway. If you don't know this hack, go to Google Maps, zoom in on your house or anything actually, but my house is what I did. And there's a measuring tool in there. Click on that, and what I did was I made like an outline of exactly where I think a future fence would go. I screenshotted it, I uploaded it to Chat GPT, and I said, hey, this is what I'm thinking about for a fence, the white, and it has, Google Maps will put the rough estimate of the linear feet, everything for you. So this is what I'm thinking about. Please create a table for me of all the different fencing options. I'm thinking about miniature cattle and sheep, and I have chickens, whatever you want to tell it, and poof, spits out a table. ChatGPT is really good at tables, and I like tables. Pros, cons, cost. Well, here you go. You could build one for free out of pallets, but it might not go so well. You know, all these things, electric fencing, cattle panels, and it just spits it out, and then you work with it. If you don't like what it says, or you think something's a little off, please do your due diligence on this. You say, well, no, I wasn't really thinking that. Actually, please add this into the equation, or whatever. Work with it until you get what information you need, and then fact check it, ask somebody, double check, okay? But this is wonderful. In seconds, it'll give you all these recommendations. It can point you to links of places to go, to find things, to understand what level of difficulty are each of these options. It will tell you. Now, ChatGPT is not going to give you a professional blueprint, but it can help you think through all the pros, the cons, different layout ideas. It's great for thinking outside the box, especially when you tell it to make sure you're accounting for sun. Oh, that's one thing I said. This is a photo of my garden. The sun is on the bottom. The south is where the road is. And I told it exactly because I didn't want it to make wrong assumptions, because hello, it's AI and it will make wrong assumptions. What you get out of ChatGPT has a lot to do with what you put into it. So give it good prompts, give it lots of details. Too many details is okay. It doesn't care. It's an it. It's not a he, it's not a she, it's an it, and it's just like the entire internet being spat back out at you. So what you put in is what you're going to get back. So make sure that you're accounting for sun, water flow, predator access, chore efficiency, budgeting of fence types, comparing costs. So here's a pro tip idea for your space maybe. Upload an aerial image from Google Maps, say this is what I have. You can even tell it the rectangle on the bottom is my house or whatever. And then say, help me design a water smart layout for garden, coop, and rotating grazing with minimal fencing. Just an example, but let it help you think through options instead of reinventing the wheel. The whole internet is out there, and it's nice to reinvent the wheel. If God gives you a design, yeah. If you want to bounce it off an AI source that can compare it with all the ideas that exist on the internet, let's do that. Okay, next area that I have used ChatGPT in my homestead is chickens and livestock. You can use ChatGPT to research breed selection, coop design. I worked with ChatGPT on this design for the pallet palace. I told it, I want the blueprint space to be 3 pallets by 3 pallets. And this is the measurements of those pallets. And then it messed up the math on how many pallets. I checked the math and I said, no, don't you mean 26 pallets or whatever it was? And it said, oh, you're right. Please make sure ChatGPT knows what it's talking about, because it might not. But it gave me all these ideas. We have handy friends. My dad has helped. Blake is helping. Like, ChatGPT ain't gonna do the work for you, but it can give you a list of ideas. Hey, ChatGPT, create a table for me of all my siding ideas. What are the easiest to hardest roofing ideas? What are the best materials? What are the most affordable materials? What are the easiest ones? Put all that in your table. How long is that expected to last, each of the different things, and it will just spit it out for you, and you can work on that. Now, I will say, if you've watched any of our pallet coop series, you will know that we did a tarp situation temporarily. That was a ChatGPT idea, and I don't think it was a horrible idea. I think we didn't do a good enough job. We did not use enough hardware cloth. We did not use enough staples, or strong enough staples, or something like that. we did make it too easy and predators did get in. But I don't know how much of that is ChatGPT's fault and how much of that is probably on me. So again, due diligence. Another thing we've done with ChatGPT is figuring out a good hatching schedule. Hey, ChatGPT, create a hatching schedule with 10 different scenarios. If I start in December versus if I start in April, if I start in August, talk to me about my electric bill for heating these things through the winter possibly. Talk to me about the best time of year to be laying in the spring. All these things can just be dropped in seconds. So anytime you're wondering about these things, totally, you can do Google. You're going to get a lot of ads. You're going to get a lot of biased material, and it's going to show you whatever it wants to show you. I suppose ChatGPT might do that too, but not as much. Okay, here's another idea for chickens. Use ChatGPT to compare multiple chicken or livestock breeds side by side based on your goals. Do you want egg production, temperament, climate tolerance? Prompt it like a buyer's guide. Tell it, act like a livestock advisor and teach me about Buff Orpington versus Australorps. And it will spit it out for you. The next area that I have used ChatGPT to help me immensely is homeschooling. So the options are limitless. I have asked it to make a list of high school science classes available. And you can tell it, I want it to be student-led, and show me what's available that is online videos. You can tell it whatever you want, whatever meets your needs. Hey, ChatGPT, my children are going into the what are they? My kids are going into the 4th, 6th, 9th, and 12th grades. List for me, make a table, tell me about my options for this, that, the other, language arts. I need a better spelling curriculum. Ask it whatever you want to ask it. You can tell it, you can depending on what state you're in. We're in Illinois, for better or for worse, we can do whatever we want. I'm not even kidding you. It's better for me because I'm an educator of 20 years and I feel like I can handle creating stuff because I already have created stuff for public school students as well. Anyhow, hey, ChatGPT, I need to come up with a cooking curriculum for my sons so that when they graduate and leave my house, they know what they're doing. And I want them to have a binder of recipes that we have compiled. And I want them to learn this skill and this skill. Don't forget to include basics of sourdough. All these things, throw it in there, kablamo. How many weeks do you want it? What style? Do you want it to be journal style? Oh, I did this for my daughter for a handwriting, 5 minutes a day handwriting over the summer routine just to help the girl out. Please create an 8-week, 5-minute, no tears, simple, easy to use handwriting brush up with spelling, using spelling patterns like FRBREA, whatever. Be sure to include writing lines so that I can copy and paste it directly into Google Docs. Bing! There it is. Copy it, paste it, print it. Okay? That's how easy it is. You can customize. Oh my goodness, homeschooling moms. If you have special needs kids, take whatever you have and ask ChatGPT to change the reading level of it. Ask it to have good comprehension questions. Ask it for next level deep thinking questions. Tell it if you have a biblical worldview and it will incorporate it. I created an entire writing curriculum last year. I did the Pilgrim's Progress. What else did I do? Because I have kids who hate language arts, so I picked things that they were interested in and I created something and I told ChatGPT, make real world life application questions based on Star Wars or whatever you want. Pro tip. Ask ChatGPT to generate a weekly homeschool lesson plan tied to the seasons or curriculums or homesteading tasks. Do you want a science lesson on soil? Ask ChatGPT to write it. Did I say Cheat GPT? Maybe that's what I should start calling it. That's funny. So just ask it. I've seen people posting online in like homeschooling forums saying, hey, I told ChatGPT what classes I'm teaching. I asked it to make a weekly schedule, and kablamo, there's the weekly schedule. And I didn't have to sit there and be like, okay, no, just tell it. I want to do language arts first. I want to have snack time, yada, yada. We're going to do science on Tuesdays and Thursdays, whatever you want, or ask it for a schedule and then tell it what you think is better. You will cut hours off of your planning times. You still have to do the job of the actual teaching and the actual parenting, but ChatGPT will help you in the planning, writing, time-saving part of it, which is phenomenal. Next area ChatGPT is transforming our home life is kitchen and food planning. Okay, let's talk about this. These are some fun ones. Am I the only one who gets stuck thinking, okay, we got pizza night, taco night, spaghetti, pizza, taco, spaghetti, pizza, taco, spaghetti. I feel like Rain Man. Ask Chat GPT. I think I like that. Ask Chat GPT. You know what I asked it? I asked for a list of over 100 simple meal ideas using basic kitchen ingredients, and to please rank them by genre or whatever you call that, like Asian, Hispanic, yada yada, and be sure to include a little seafood and some gluten-free options. And it made me a table, and I printed that sucker. It's on my refrigerator. Every time I'm in a slump, I start scanning. I'm like, oh yeah, we haven't done chicken curry in a while. That sounds good. Or I showed the kids, I said, hey, what sounds good for dinner? Let's do some meal planning. Here's some ideas. So it helps you break outside the box is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Another one I did, we started doing a sourdough pizza night with our family. Every Thursday nights is family pizza night now. I used to be terrible at making pizza. I've gotten a little better at it. I do have a sourdough pizza recipe if you guys want it. I actually just check out Rose Homestead because she's amazing. So here's what I did after several weeks in a row of getting a little better at making crust and having like pepperoni pizza every Thursday. I said, ChatGPT, please make a list of family pizza nights, include family-friendly ingredients, include interesting out-of-the-box ingredients to try, include other pizza-like ideas like breadsticks, and wouldn't you know, in seconds, I have this beautiful list. I like lists. I like checklists. I like tables. I like things just spelled out there. So then, you know what I did? I copied it, I pasted it into Google Docs, and I printed it, and it's on the side of my fridge. And it has helped make family pizza night better. You can use it for ideas about food preservation. You can actually tell it like to create a document, and it'll export it as a PDF if it's text only. I like to make things cuter than that, but you can just tell it to make you a PDF. There's your PDF, download it, print it, or whatever you're doing with it, upload it to teachers, pay teachers. Did I say that? So here's something you can do. Pro tip, give ChatGPT a list of ingredients. Could be your garden produce, it could be pantry staples, what's in your freezer, the meats, the venison you need to use up until, because it's almost hunting season again, okay, whatever you want. Tell it to make you a 7-day meal plan based on these ingredients, and you might want to tell it, I do know from experience, to assume that you have most pantry staples as well. Because actually one time I tried to do it and it only used like the 5 ingredients I listed. It was like, you can have chicken with broccoli and broccoli with chicken. You got to work with it. You can say, use only made from scratch things. Or you can tell it, I need to use up canned spaghetti sauce. What do you got for me? Here's another one. Tell it your garden inventory. Ask for a preservation plan. I just did this actually with our garlic. I waited too long to pull garlic out of the ground. It's still okay, but it's not going to store normally, which yes, I did ask ChatGPT about it. And so it was like, okay, here's what you can do. If the garlic cloves are still good, go ahead and peel it. You can use it in the fridge for 2 weeks, or you can freeze it. You can do this, you can make this, that, the other. It just lists off all these ideas so that I have the juices flowing. No, go away. It's my talking space. Where was I? It's going to give you the ideas you might not have thought about, or help you think through ideas that you're kind of like, Okay, so I know this is getting long. I'm a little overzealous, it seems. I'm excited for you guys to try some of these out. Now, I do have some things to say about just everything using ChatGPT in general. It does not replace your faith. Do not use it like to teach. If you're gonna have it make you say a devotional, you better know your doctrine, because you don't know what it's putting in there. So please do your due diligence, but use ChatGPT as a springboard, as a time saver. It is a tool. It's a tool, and it can make errors. You just have to keep the tool in its place and don't use it to replace things that it shouldn't be replacing. I've seen some scary videos out there, and I'm like, oh no, you've crossed the line. Here's one more, talking about faith and devotionals. You can say, create me a 30-day devotional to do with my family, include a daily scripture, a short paragraph on that scripture, a closing prayer that we can all repeat together. I want it to take about 5 minutes a day. But again, you need to know your Bible. This is just to help guide you through teaching your family. So make sure you know what you're talking about first, instead of just, like, what if they took something from the wrong holy book? You know what I'm saying? Know your stuff, make sure, but totally use it to save time. That's where I'm at. My favorite unexpected use of ChatGPT is the ability to upload photos and have it read photos. I don't know why I didn't think it would know. Upload this. Oh, it looks like this is a peach with oozing stuff. This is called whatever it's called. This is what you can do about it. This is the possible causes. This is what to do. You can upload photos. The infrastructure ideas are amazing. Just last week, I uploaded a picture of my backyard. I said, I'm thinking about making an outdoor kitchen. Can I use pallets? What kind of flooring do I need to use? I wanted to cover the eyesore of my giant propane tank. I just like tell it everything and see what it comes up with. Now, sometimes it's ridiculous, and it made me an image where the propane tank was sticking through the middle of the pallet kitchen. But it's got my juices flowing probably for next year. I really can't handle another project right now, but I'm thinking about it. And ChatGPT is helping me think about it. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you using ChatGPT? What are you using it for? What new ideas did you just get watching this video? Please drop a comment, because people want to see your great ideas. I love that about dropping a comment. If you just look down the comments and be like, oh, that's a great idea. Oh, I need this. Where's this been all my life, right? So drop us a comment, share your knowledge, share your questions, or your just half-baked ideas. It's okay. Go ahead and engage. Hit the like, by the way. Hit the subscribe button. I would love to build this Goshen Hideaway family, and I would love to take you on our journey as we learn and grow, find out what we love, find out what we hate. Okay, this last part, I'm just going to read through. I asked ChatGPT to make me a list of all the homesteading related things I used ChatGPT for, and it even ranked it. It gave me gold, silver, and bronze medal of my best ideas. I think that's hilarious. Anyway, I'm just going to read it off. Section 1, gardening. Requested ideas for organizing garden crops, managing small plots, and increasing productivity. Seasonal crop rotation. Sought guidance on rotating crops by season and crop families to preserve soil health. Composting. Explored practical ways to create and maintain compost systems using homemade waste. That means kitchen scraps, I'm just saying. Pest management. Discussed organic pest deterrents, companion planting, and natural methods of bug control. Fruit tree maintenance. Worked on managing small orchard setups for apples, cherries, etc. Okay, section number 2, chickens and livestock. Backyard chicken care. Used ChatGPT for feeding schedules, coop management, egg collection, molting, and chicken health. Egg production optimization. Looked into lighting, diet, and breed choices to boost laying. Breed selection. Discussed which chicken breeds are best for layers, temperament, and climate. Chicken coop design, pretty much already talked about that. Egg storage and use. Ask about proper egg washing, storing, and using excess eggs in recipes. Future livestock planning. Evaluated fencing options and animal types for expanding to sheep, goats, or a mini cow. Okay, section number 3, homeschooling or homestead style learning. Life skills curriculum, designed a curriculum teaching homesteading basics. Cooking class for my teens. Biblical worldview integration. Included scripture and Christian values in lessons focused on stewardship and daily work. Homestead math and science. Explored how to teach fractions, weights, and plant biology through garden and kitchen tasks. Home maintenance skills. Created plans to teach students to use tools, repair basics, and maintain home systems. Section number 4, meal planning and food preservation. Weekly family meal planning. Created rotating meal ideas that work with garden produce, pantry items, and freezer proteins. Canning and preserving. Discussed how to safely preserve harvests, jams, pickles, sauces, and dried foods. Pressure cooking and sourdough. Built lessons on using an Instapot, slow cookers, and basics of sourdough fermentation. Recipe libraries. Compiled family-friendly recipes like chili, curry, tacos, and stir fry into a reference bank. Bulk and budget cooking. Learned how to stretch meals, double recipes, and cook from staples during lean seasons. I don't remember that. I don't know why I phrased it that way, but anyway. Cooking from scratch. Focused on replacing processed foods with homemade basics like butter, yogurt, and bread. Okay, section number 5. Are you with me? Still with me? Give me a thumbs up in the comments if you're still with me. Infrastructure and planning. There is a 5 and a 6, and then I promise you we're almost done. Fencing options. Evaluated various fencing options. Wood, electric, woven wire for livestock use. Homestead expansion planning. Discuss zoning, animal add-ons, long-term sustainability, and using acreage wisely. Farm registration. Looked into qualifying for farm status for tax, USDA grants, etc. with a 5-acre property. Last section is seasonal/holiday homestead products. That is just like gift ideas. I've had some good gift ideas come out of here. Educational celebrations, farm-style holiday traditions. I don't know what that is. Easter, Advent with a biblical focus. I don't remember that one. I don't really know what this section is all about, but I'm sure I apparently did that. Okay, so the moment I'm sure you've been waiting for. According to Chat GPT, my bronze, silver, and gold ideas are, drum roll please. My bronze is hatch timing optimization. It gave me an 8.5 out of 10 creativity score. Smart intersection of biology and utility. My silver medal goes to morphing 2 coops into 1, which gave me a 9.5 out of 10 for resourceful reinvention. And my gold medal it gave me was for the outdoor kitchen to hide the propane tank. Multi-use, beautiful problem solving. Creativity score is 10 out of 10. On that note, I close this video out to tell you Chat GPT will use flattery and affirmations like nobody's business. I very quickly learned to say, hey, stop using flattery. Every idea I have isn't amazing. Give it to me for real. Tell me, be black and white, please. No fluff. You can tell it that. And you can go into the options actually now and tell it that. You can tell it how you want it to talk to you. Please do that. Otherwise, everything you tell it will go, that's a great idea. I'm so glad you thought of that. Tell it how you want to be spoken to. Tell it not to affirm everything you say. On that note, thank you for watching Goshen Hideaway. This has been all of the ways we've been using ChatGPT to run our homestead more quickly, more efficiency, come up with new ideas. I hope you've gotten something out of this. I hope you can share it with a friend. Let us know your tips, tricks, hacks. We love all of it. We want to hear from you guys. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay rooted, keep dreaming, and God bless.